Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Entrapment Championships of 2017. My name is slicedlime, we're in the playoffs. This is quarterfinal number 3, where we find Group A winners, Leafless Clovers, taking on Group D second place team, Team Noot. Both of these teams are 4-person teams, both of them have dropped one player for this match. We're gonna go up 3 versus 3 on the Death Bridge Arena by William. We're joining in early in this match. We're near the end of round 1. The first chest contained magma blocks and the lava buckets. Life of Crone is building a pillar and jumps off, placing a lava block, but mistimes that, loses 1.5 hearts of health right off the bat. Not the best start for them. Moving into round 2, where the chest contains bows and arrows. We're going to skip ahead all the way to round 7. 1/2 heart on Team Noot of damage. 1.5 on Leafless Clovers of fall damage this far. The Leafless Clovers have built some form of wall. Life of Chrome appears to have forgotten something, had to go and get something and places a single skeleton down as the round switch for round 8 happens. Of course, this means the Team Noot needs to enter the arena before they can battle this skeleton, and they do so. Seem to be doing fairly well this far though. In the meantime, we had a large amount of loot in the chests. We've had fire charges, the brewing chest, redstone components and pistons, witches, cave spiders, and now skeletons. And round 8 now has zombies. At the end of the round, we have a similar tray or wall built up in the other arena. Leafless Clovers are added again. They have a dispenser placed on the side of this one. On their side, Team Noot has simply dug up a massive ditch under the spawn gate. Again, it appears that the Leafless Clovers have not been prepared to spawn things into this tray. They instead spawn in a bunch of skeletons right down outside of the portal. And now Team Noot need to deal with all of these skeletons. They do have the bows and arrows. This should not be that big of a deal. The Leafless Clovers appears to have some material difficulties. There's bridging using furnaces. They do appear to have dirt and planks, though, so they've solved that perfectly. Team Noot have also defeated all the skeletons and can enter the arena to get the TNT from the chest of this round. End of round 9 instead. Now Team Noot have one single dispenser facing up. Pingy's underneath. He has a lever set there, but has apparently changed his mind. The lever's never flipped, there's nothing being dispensed from it, and now Leafless Clovers can enter the arena. They appear to be somewhat wary about this dispenser. They start instead by checking out the loot chest for this round, which is immediately outside of the spawn area containing TNT. Looney Pup goes and checks it out, eventually finds that there's nothing left in it. Coming up on the end of round 10, is this tray finally going to see the action it's been meant for? Yes, it is. Zombies and skeletons are coming in, witches are coming in, cave spiders are coming in. Most of this are going to burn in the sunlight though, but the cave spiders and witches certainly aren't. Bows and arrows coming to good use now. Most of the mobs have burned by now. That leaves the cave spiders. One of them is dead. The other one is hanging out near the edge of the water there. One of the witches have been killed as well. And there goes the second witch, the second cave spider. And we're left with a couple of endermites. There's an endermite down there left. Weirdly turns out to be the most difficult part of that trap, is dealing with this one final endermite. No damage dealt though. Very nicely handled by Team Noot. Now we're later in round 11, coming up towards the switch. The chest for this round contained blazes. That's going to be very interesting. Logical Pencils has been making his way up towards above the spawn. Had to go and get something from a teammate, I think, there, and now rushes back. The countdown is happening, and a shulker has spawned in. There's a second one. That's probably lucky for him. The shulker bullet was heading his way. Now there's 2 shulkers there, attacking each other though, so shouldn't be a problem. Team Noot are dealing with those shulkers, but that wasn't the only part of the trap, or they might even have been a decoy. There are blazes spawned in here now, and they've been lit on fire. They do have spawn safety. It's going to be fine for now, but they need to deal with these blazes. There are a little bit off to the side, and that shulker is still there. The blazes have been dealt with. There's shulker bullets all over the place now. One shulker remaining, still firing at them. Now it's dead. There are shulker bullets. Pingy's been hit though. There's another one there. He's hit again. That takes another half heart out of him. He can pillar up though. A teammate has put down water for him so he can fall into that. As long as he doesn't fall and take all of this damage, Team Noot is at a quite significant health advantage. Leafless Clovers are taking quite a fair bit of fall damage here. Now we're skipping into round 13. There have been observers and slime blocks and cobwebs in the chests in between. And Team Noot are setting up a floating sand trap. They've set up these blocks of floating sand, lava underneath. Still have an opening to cover up though, and the round switch is about to happen. They have spent a significant amount of effort setting this up, and it is set up now. They just need to remove those dirt blocks to have these sand blocks be floating. Now they cover up, but that updates the blocks and the whole trap falls in on itself. Quite a mishap for them. Round 14 instead, we had zombie pigmen, and Team Noot are now setting up a lava dispenser trap. We've seen this one before in the tournament. There is a pressure plate going to go down where one of the teammates is going to stand to disable the dispensers, and then as the switch happens, then the lava gets dispensed, but they need to hurry up and arm them. I don't think they got all of them. They did not. We got 2 lava sources dispensed there. That will leave a gap in the center. A little bit annoying for Leafless Clovers. Of course, they pick one of the lava sources up, so that's only going to leave one as this dissipates. Round 15 chest contains spider spawn eggs. Water source coming down, that's going to leave them an easy way down. That's a 3-block fall, so even now that the water is gone, his teammates can easily make their way out of there, and they do so before the world border comes in. End of round 15 instead, Loonipup has taken another heart of fall damage. He's down to 3 hearts. That's becoming quite a problem for the Leafless Clovers. And now they are repurposing this lava trap and spawning in a whole ton of blazes and a platform in the center. As the switch happens, now there's a lava curtain and there are blazes all over the place. One of the Noot players, Pingypuck, rushes out. Wither teleports out with an ender pearl. That's good for him. The spawn safety is going to negate the damage on that, but that means that poor Darkpipe is left all alone inside of this lava curtain, and he hasn't figured out how to do anything about it. His teammate is trying to put down water to make cobblestone out of this. The world border is going to come in any second now, though. He has to go, and Pingy has not managed to get any way out of it there for him. He has to jump through. And at least there was water outside, so he only took 2.5 hearts of damage. These blazes are still a massive nuisance, though. Only some of the fireballs are exiting through this gap. That's enough to be dangerous all the time. Still have the bows and arrows, so should be able to deal with them, but this is going to be dangerous until they have been dealt with. Arrows are coming in now. Start taking out these blazes. They're bouncing off a little bit, though. Aim is a little bit off. Fireballs are coming out in return. And some of the blazes appear to have been killed, but there are tons of them left. There's also a lot of cobweb on the ground, making navigation difficult, and all the fireballs that have been shot this far have lit the arena quite significantly on fire. That's a little bit of a problem right now. Pingy got hit there, had to put himself out with a bucket of water, that lost another couple of hearts of health. Most of the blazes are dead, but there are still some left. Wither gets hit as well. Takes a number of ticks of damage before that goes out, and this one trap has turned the game around. The Team Noot that was almost undamaged is now significantly damaged down to a more level playing field. And we still have one blaze up here, and they really need to deal with this. Wither's underneath, clearing out that cobweb. I don't know if he intends to melee this thing down. It is still alive. It's not shooting at the moment. Oh well, never mind that. There comes the fire in towards Pingy. He has to run away. Wither's stuck underneath. Might it be out of arrows? I don't know if they've decided to leave this thing. Still firing towards Pingy, hits again, another 1.5, 2.5 hearts before that fire goes out. That is quite a significant health loss, more fireballs coming in. Pingy takes a final shot, finally managed to kill this thing off. They lost most of their round to this trap though. Now at the end of round 16 there were silverfish blocks in the chest for this round. Now the team Noot are building some form of barrier around spawn. Pingy breaks the block he's standing on though, falls right into that lava pillar, takes a couple of ticks again before he can put himself out with a water bucket. That is a pretty big problem for them now. They're down significantly in health. He is at 2.5 hearts now, and he has to make his way all the way around this whole contraption to get back up on top. And it appears that the team has decided to cancel whatever trap they were building and dig up their redstone and dispensers again. That lost them the time to finish it up. In round 17 we find Team Noot in the other arena. Leafless Clovers have been quite clever with their silverfish blocks. They built a barrier that was not a problem to get through for Team Noot, but there's also a smattering of silverfish blocks all over the arena, so wherever they go, the silverfish follow, and whenever they try to kill them, more spawn. It's causing quite a bit of problem here, and they're taking a bit of damage from them. Light tap here and there for half a heart. But mostly they are annoying and preventing Team Noot from actually making any traps of their own, force them all the way back across the bridge to the other side of the arena now, and they're stuck here for a bit. That was not the only trap. This chest was trapped. There's a TNT block underneath. They hear the sizz of that going off though, and back away. No damage dealt from that trap. End of round 17, Team Noot has taken even more fall damage up to this point. Some form of observer-based trap around all of these silverfish blocks with TNT all around. It looked like he was intending to spawn in some form of mob, but that never happened. And now on the left-hand side of this, we have Team Noot trying to get out through these silverfish blocks. But not all of them are silverfish, some of them are just cobblestone, so they can get through, and they manage to make some form of pathway with a water bucket there. And they're still breaking down these blocks. Haven't noticed the observers yet though. This could still be very dangerous for them. Spawn safety is about to run out. Dark Pipe is still down there when a creeper comes. It's stuck in cobwebs, can't back away, blows up. No damage there though. Shield coming into use for Dark Pipe. Wither is working away at another creeper, and Pingy finally discovers that there are observers and TNT in play here. Can move around to safely disarm these from the other direction. We're going to skip ahead to the end of the round. We had creepers in the previous chest and illagers in this one, so that could be very interesting. There's a row of dispensers here with a lever. Doesn't appear to do much. There's still this hole after all of the floating sand traps. Loonipup is going along the side of this, loses his shift button, stops sneaking and falls in. GG Loonipup. Leafless Clovers are down to 2 players, but still enjoying a good health advantage over Team Noot with 2 players on 1.5 heart. Now we're at the very end of round 18. New observers out of the side of this, leading out into TNT blocks. We have spiders coming in. There's lava all over the place. Team Noot now to deal with this. There are silverfish blocks involved as well. They appear to have made some headway out though. There's silverfish here too, of course though. Those observers seem to be placed 1 block too low. The team can easily spot them, and Dark Pipe has made it out, but the other ones are still stuck with those silverfish. Pingy's out and Wither's out as well, taking only half a heart of damage from that. Being chased though by both the silverfish and the spiders. Dark Pipe stops there. He was not safe there. Takes another knock of damage there. Down to 4.5 hearts for him now, as they are forced to flee across the bridge. There's a trap there too. They either saw it and avoided it, or just lucked out there. There is a dispenser with fire charges pointing up under that wooden pressure plate. The mobs hit it, but the team don't. Pingy runs back across. Now there's a creeper spawn egg spawning in on that chest. I don't think he even noticed as he ran past. He took a heart of fall damage from just jumping along there though. That is significant. He's now down to only half a heart and he has to turn back as he encounters this spider. Later on, round 19, we have Wither and Pingy back at the back part of the arena. They are both really low on health and have to be really careful now. Wither is running across, jumps off of a little bit of a ledge, falls several blocks there and takes his last heart in fall damage. That's GG to him. And Team Noot are now down to 2 players with Pingy at only half a heart. We're nearing the end of round 19 now. Pingy and Darkpipe are working on something. There's still silverfish around. One of them is hiding in the grass there. Pingy does not see it. Half a heart is enough to take him out. GG Pingy, and Team Noot is now down to only Darkpipe at 4 hearts versus a massive health advantage for Leafless Clovers, where Logical Pencil still hasn't taken a single bit of damage. And we're in round 20 already. Later on in the round, Leafless Clovers are now dealing with their own silverfish on their own trap. They are spawning more of them. There is finally the first half heart of damage. Now everybody has been damaged in this game. And they are forced to both flee out. They took 1.5 heart of damage together there. Not the greatest for the Leafless Clovers. Now they have to sort of hide, trying to deal with these silverfish. They're still in the lead by a fair margin towards Team Noot with Darkpipe at 3 hearts at this point, but they keep taking damage from the silverfish, and Life of Chrome is now down to 3 hearts as well. It's 3 hearts versus 3 hearts with an additional 9.5 on the Leafless Clovers. Not looking good for Darkpipe. He, on the other hand, has had this entire round without silverfish to set up some form of dispenser mechanism on top of spawn. He has a dispenser. There's also observers pointing into nothing. He has the entirety of his team's spawn eggs though. He has tons of spawn eggs and he can just place them in. Not much going on though. He throws out a couple of hoppers. I think he was trying to put up some form of timers, but in the end failed to spawn any mobs from that, and the Leafless Clovers are given just some free loot here inside of this dispenser. This could be a massive turning point for this game. He really needed to set that trap off. Now we're later on in round 21, the Leafless Clovers have decided to stay within a very confined space inside of spawn, setting something up. They're breaking a block. Now that's a silverfish block though. We have a silverfish loose in this tiny confined space. They're trying to sort of build a shield against it, taking a whole bunch of damage from that before they can set up with a shield, and he has really nothing to do about it. That silverfish is going to be very annoying, but there are silverfish blocks all around. If they hit it and kill it, they're gonna spawn more silverfish. That's going to be very annoying for them. All he can do is stand there and hope the durability still remains. He does hit it once. That spawns one more, spawns 2 more actually. It takes a little bit more damage, and now all he can do is sit around and pray that that durability on that shield will hold and last him out this round. There's lots of time left though. We're starting to get close to the countdown, but we're not there yet. That shield has got to hold for Leafless Clovers, as Logical Pencils can start taking a fair bit of damage. He lasted so long, but he's taken significant amounts of damage just these last 2 rounds. Here we go, here's the countdown. He appears to have managed, the shield has held, and round 22 starts with Darkpipe needing to deal with this instead. He is looking to go the other direction. These are all silverfish blocks as well though. He opens up a path down here, finds a simple way out, and all of that was for nothing for the Leafless Clovers. That trap was completely ineffective and just a pure loss from their side. Now Darkpipe has made it up on top of spawn. We're later on in round 22. He's setting up stuff to get stuff out of these shulker boxes. There's a path for this silverfish up onto here though. That's another half heart. And trying to kill it just spawns more. He's now down to 2.5 hearts. 2 hearts after that fall damage when he's forced away from spawn. On the other arena, the Leafless Clovers have realized that those observers were 1 block too high and moved another observer up on top of that. That is the correct height for that observer, but he now needs to cover it up. That's going to cause a signal from that observer unless he removes that redstone. He doesn't. That triggers the TNT. He has to run away. blows up, chain reaction, and not much left of that spawn area except silverfish who are now free. In his arena, Darkpipe is not doing much better. He's now down to a single heart of health after losing more to silverfish and fall damage. Not doing great on either team there, setting up traps in round 22. Darkpipe's back onto spawn. Now he's trying to build up his shield so the silverfish can't make it up there. And that appears to have been more successful, and now he can continue building on this spawn trap that he used 2 rounds ago and then failed to trigger. Here it comes though. That's a lot of mobs spawning in. That's all their witches and all something else. Lots and lots and lots of mobs coming in at round 22. There's still plenty of time until the switch though. But these mobs are now here waiting for Leafless Clovers when they arrive. There's witches, there's skeletons for sure. Now we're near the end of round 22, Life of Chrome is in the back of the arena, running towards the front, jumps off an edge, loses a whole heart in fall damage. They really cannot afford that at this point. He's now down to 2 hearts. His teammate is up on spawn, ready to spawn something into this massive hole. That's a lot of endermites coming in, and all of their illagers it appears. That's the Vindicators at least, and there's the Evoker. And now they need to deal with the skeletons and witches that Darkpipe spawned in, and Darkpipe is stuck on spawn with all of these endermites and illagers to deal with. Bows and arrows are out for the Leafless Clovers. Creeper spawn egg, there's a creeper spawn. Gotta get it to blow up, there it goes. Clears some of the path, and the Life of Chrome rushes through, loses a bunch of health in the process. That is logical. Pencils left, tries to get another creeper down to blow his way through. It blows up, but just as the spawn safety has ended, and that leaves Leafless Clovers down to only half a heart. Could this be the turning point for Darkpipe? He's making his way out and up from the spawn area. There are Evokers and Vindicators all around though. There is a summoning of a Vexus. They go straight for him. That's a hit. That's the last heart. And the Leafless Clovers win the longest match of the tournament by the smallest margin possible to advance into the semi-finals.